Welcome to Mishna study Masechet Maasrot Perek He Mishna Aleph. Over here in this Mishnah, we're going to discuss uprooting and replanting saplings. Right, so you have a little baby tree started to give forth some fruit. Now you want to uproot that tree and replant it in your property. Is that considered, right, something that's going to force Maasrot, right, or is it something where you're going to say it's patur? Now, if you remember, we had a machloket earlier in Masechet Pe'ah, where it was only the opinion of Rabbi Akiva, where if you had a grain, right, that you had in your storage, and you wanted to re-sow your field with that grain, right, is that obligated in Trumot Maasrot or not? So if you remember, Rabbi Akiva said, "Notil min hagorim v'zoreah ad she'yamayach divrei Rabbi Akiva." Rabbi Akiva allowed you to take from that grain, right, that you didn't separate Trumot Maasrot from yet, before you did a miruah hakeri, before you actually flattened out the pile, right, where it became obligated in Maasrot, take it from beforehand, and you could replant, re-sow your field with that grain without having to separate Trumot Maasrot. Now, that was only the opinion of Rabbi Akiva. Now, what we're going to discuss in our Mishnah is saplings. Saplings, one could think it's similar and say, oh, only Rabbi Akiva would allow something like that. Right? This is something before it became obligated in Maasrot, you're taking a tree and replanting it. Or is it something that Chachamim would agree to as well, and that's going to be our Mishnah. If someone uproots saplings within his property, and he goes and replants it in his own property, patur, right? Everyone agrees. Even Chachamim, this is not just the opinion of Rabbi Akiva. Everyone agrees that this is patur, right? And what would be the difference between this and the the case of grain, that you wanted to replant? So grain already reached its Gman Melacha. It reached its final processing stage, right? Over here, saplings, you didn't pick the fruit off the tree yet, right? So even Chachamim would agree over here that you're allowed to go ahead and replant these, and they would be patur from Maasrot. Now, the next part of the Mishnah is going to speak about purchasing, right? We know that if you purchase something, right, that's going to obligate it in Maasrot, right? Mekach. Now, here are two exceptions to that rule. If a person purchased when something was still attached to the ground, you purchased a tree, right? You didn't purchase the fruit. If you purchase the fruit, it's going to be obligated in Maasrot right away. If you purchase it when it's attached to the ground, patur. Patur. Also, if you buy it as a gift, right? You're not buying it for yourself, you're buying it as a gift to send to your friend. Also, that would be patur. Now comes Rabbi Elazar ben Azariah, he actually argues, and he says, if those items, those similar items are being sold in the shuk, right? So you bought apples to send to your friend, that would be, patur. Comes Rabbi Elazar ben Azariah, if you go ahead, if these are being sold in the shuk today, then they're going to be hayav. Halacha, though, is not like Rabbi Elazar ben Azariah.